Hello dear friend, and welcome to On This Day SMR with me, Edward Hertz, where we take a look back through history at events which took place on this day. The rain is gently pittering and pattering away on the window, and the fire is crackling away nicely in the hearth. So put your headphones on, sit back, relax, and let me take you on a journey back through time. Today is Friday the 15th of March 2024, and we have 42 events to cover, going all the way back to the year 475 BC. Starting with the most recent event, which happened 2 years ago. The 2022 Sri Lankan protests begin amidst Sri Lanka's economic collapse. 5 years ago in 2019, 51 people are killed in the Christchurch mosque shootings. In the same year, the beginning of the 2019 to 2020 Hong Kong protests. Also in the same year, approximately 1.4 million young people in 123 countries go on strike to protest climate change. 13 years ago in 2011, beginning of the Syrian civil war. 16 years ago in 2008, stockpiles of obsolete ammunition explode at an ex-military ammunition depot in the village of Gerdek, Albania, killing 26 people. 33 years ago in 1991, in the Cold War, the treaty on the final settlement with respect to Germany comes into effect, granting full sovereignty to the Federal Republic of Germany. 34 years ago in 1990, Mikhail Gorbachev is elected as the first president of the Soviet Union. 38 years ago in 1986, collapse of Hotel New World. 33 people die when the Hotel New World in Singapore collapses. "46 years ago in 1978, Somalia and Ethiopia signed a truce to end the Ethio-Somali War. 50 years ago in 1974, 15 people are killed when Sterling Airways Flight 901, a Sud Aviation Caravel, catches fire following a landing gear collapse at Mehrabad International Airport in Tehran, Iran. 59 years ago in 1965, President Lyndon B. Johnson, responding to the Selma crisis, tells US Congress, "We shall overcome," while advocating the Voting Rights Act. 63 years ago in 1961, at the 1961 Commonwealth Prime Ministers Conference, South Africa announces that it will withdraw from the Commonwealth when the South African Constitution of 1961 comes into effect. 73 years ago in 1951, the Iranian oil industry is nationalised. 81 years ago in 1943, in World War II, Third Battle of Kharkiv. The Germans retake the city of Kharkiv from the Soviet armies. 85 years ago in 1939, Germany occupies Czechoslovakia. In the same year, Carpatho, Ukraine declares itself an independent republic, but is annexed by Hungary the very next day. 97 years ago in 1927, the first women's boat race between the University of Oxford and the University of Cambridge takes place on the Isis in Oxford. 102 years ago in 1922, after Egypt gains nominal independence from the United Kingdom, Fuad I becomes King of Egypt. 103 years ago in 1921, Talat Pasha, former Grand Vizier of the Ottoman Empire and chief architect of the Armenian genocide, is assassinated in Berlin by a 23-year-old Armenian, Sogomon Tehlirian. 105 years ago in 1919, in the Ukrainian War of Independence, the Kontra-Zvezda is established as the counter-intelligence division of the Revolutionary Insurgent Army of Ukraine. 105 years ago in 1919, the American Legion is founded. 106 years ago in 1918, Finnish Civil War. The Battle of Tampere begins. 107 years ago in 1917, Tsar Nicholas II of Russia abdicates the Russian throne, ending the 304-year Romanov dynasty. 117 years ago in 1907, the first parliamentary elections of Finland, at the time the Grand Duchy of Finland, are held. 136 years ago in 1888, start of the Anglo-Tibetan War of 1888. 147 years ago in 1877, the first ever official cricket test match is played, Australia versus England at the MCG Stadium in Melbourne, Australia. 149 years ago in 1875, Archbishop of New York, John McCloskey, is named the first cardinal in the United States. 150 years ago in 1874, France and Vietnam signed the Second Treaty of Saigon, further recognizing the full sovereignty of France over Cochin China. 176 years ago in 1848, a revolution breaks out in Hungary, and the Habsburg rulers are compelled to meet the demands of the Reform Party. 201 years ago in 1823, sailor Benjamin Morrell erroneously reported the existence of the island of New South Greenland near Antarctica. 204 years ago in 1820, Maine is admitted as the 23rd US state. 241 years ago in 1783, in an emotional speech in Newburgh, New York, George Washington asks his officers not to support the Newburgh Conspiracy. The plea is successful, and the threatened coup d'etat never takes place. 352 years ago in 1672, King Charles II of England issues the Royal Declaration of Indulgence, granting limited religious freedom to all Christians. 460 years ago in 1564, Mughal Emperor Akbar abolishes the jizya tax on non-Muslim subjects. 713 years ago in 1311, in the Battle of Halmyros, the Catalan Company defeats Walter V, Count of Brienne, to take control of the Duchy of Athens, a Crusader state in Greece. 1,091 years ago in 933, after a 10-year truce, German King Henry the Fowler defeats a Hungarian army at the Battle of Riyadh near the Unstrut River. 1127 years ago in 897, Al-Hadi Ilal-Ihaq Yahya enters Sada and founds the Zaydi Imamate of Yemen. 1168 years ago in 856, Michael III, Emperor of the Byzantine Empire, overthrows the regency of his mother, Empress Theodora, wife of Theophilus, with the support of the Byzantine nobility. 1531 years ago in 493, Odassa, the first barbarian king of Italy after the fall of the Western Roman Empire, is slain by Theodoric the Great, king of the Ostrogoths, while the two kings were feasting together. (2068 years ago in the year 45 BC, the assassination of Julius Caesar takes place on the Ides of March. 2498 years ago in the year 475 BC, Roman consul Aulus Manlius Vulso celebrates an ovation for concluding the war against Veii and securing a 40 years truce. So that is all we have for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope that you found our little trip back through history both relaxing and informative. If you did indeed like the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and also consider leaving a comment below. All feedback is very much welcome. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel. It will really help the channel grow and will ensure that you are notified of future videos. Be sure to turn on notifications so that you are notified of future videos as soon as they are posted. Thank you again, and I hope to see you next time.